back. Let's come back. In 5, 4, 3. So let's review real quick. So far, the information that we have just from surveying or reading, we haven't even read it yet. We know that the title is National Public Radio Morning Edition. This tells us that this will be a radio transcript and that more than one person will speak. We know that how? Because we were looking at the text, right? We were looking at the fact that it has a lot in common with like a movie script. But it's different. It's not a movie script, it's a what? Anyone?
Transcript.
It's a transcript.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, we know that there's pictures of the founder of something called the PVA, and we know that a big topic will be a disability or being disabled. So now, let's share out some of the questions that we have. So, who has questions that you'd like to share? Yes, Andres?
Which ward did they serve?
In which ward did they serve? Okay, and by they you mean the disabled veterans?
Yeah.
In what war did the veterans serve? So guys, make sure you get this down in your own journals. Now this is actually a very good question because when we know the answer to this, we will know a very important part of this, of what this is about. PJ, do you have a question?
No, I was good.
A question to share for the board?
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I'm asking for. Yeah.
No, I was gonna give another. Oh, okay.
Go.
Never mind.
You know how to keep someone in suspense, that's for sure. Nautica.
How did those people become disabled?
Alrighty. Good.
Yeah, but
We will cover this. We will cover this actually in a lot of detail. And something sweet will be involved. So thank you for that one. You get it back, TJ?
Yeah. Did the veterans do anything else after they served?
Good one. So someone has a prediction. I think I heard something about disability checks.
Yeah.
We'll see if you're right.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Yes.
Okay, I have like two.
Okay.
Is something sweet like those candy bombers or something?
What?
Because I know there's more candy bombs in World War II, but
Oh, you'll find out. I find it's best to leave you guys in the suspense just a little bit. PJ will agree. So
where does this take place?
good. Where does this take place? And we have another prediction. We'll see if it turns out to be true. Okay, guys, are there any other questions we are burning to share with the class, or do you think this is a good number of questions to start with?
Who is Shapiro?
Do you think we need 3 more?
no,
Maybe 6.
I think this is good enough.
You think we should go with quality over quantity?
Yes.
Good questions, lots of questions. Yeah, I see guys agreeing. Andres, yes.
Who is Ken Sequist?
Okay, and who is N? And is the spelling on that S-E-Q?
Yes, SEAQ.
Thank you. S-E-A-Q. Thank you. Good.
That's why you do.
Now guys, before we move on to the actual text, we're going to talk about a couple things, especially Nautica's question, how did they become disabled exactly? Well, we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to show you guys a checklist. It is on your page, 1134. On 1134, and can I please borrow your book so I can get it frozen up here? No. Frozen. Okay. guys, this is a checklist we'll be coming back to as we read the text. So these are not before reading questions, we've got those out of the way. These are questions for during reading. So we're going to stop every once in a while during our reading, but right away I want to go over these. So who can read out the first question on the checklist for me, please? In fact, let's go ahead and have someone read for me. Start with where it says reading skill at the top. Alexa, go ahead.
Reading skill, evaluate the treatment, scope, and organization of ideas. When doing research, always evaluate the treatment, scope, and organize of the ideas presented. Treatment refers to the manner in which the writer presents a topic. Scope is the range of information discussed. The organization of a text is in structure. When you evaluate these elements, you judge the quality, reliability, and appropriateness of the text you are considering. Use this checklist to evaluate text.
Thank you. So please, can someone please read for me the red part? What is this checklist of? Nautica?
Checklist for evaluating treatment, scope, and organization. Do you want to read the bullets?
No.
Read me the first one.
Okay. Has the author addressed the topic in a way that is neutral or biased?
Okay, so neutral or biased. Now, are they using or in that they mean the same thing?
No.
No, what do they mean? Like, what does neutral mean? What does biased mean? Like, what's the relationship between the two words? Andres.
Bias is like favoring one side, neutral is like in the middle.
Right, neutral's in the middle, so you're not taking any one side or another. You're just being objective, right? You're just giving the facts as they are. Good. Can I please get another volunteer to read the next bullet for me, please? PJ, go ahead.
Are details, no. Yeah, does the author cover different sides of an issue or only one?
Thank you. So by this, you can say that if an author covers only one side of an issue, what does that tell you about the author? What does that author have? What do we know that author has? Alexa?
A bias.
A bias, that's right. Third bullet, please, volunteer, who hasn't gone yet. Yes, go ahead. And what's your name?
Kyra.
Kyra, go ahead.
Okay. Does the author present ideas in a logical sequence?
Okay. And what does this, do we know what we mean by presenting ideas in a logical sequence?
Like, are they presenting it in order, like in a way that would make sense?
That's right. And tell me your name again, please.
Isabella?
Isabella, very good. Isabella has it right. Logical sequence just means that it follows in an order that makes sense, okay? So we are not switching around, we're not putting the middle before the beginning or the end before the middle. Okay, and last bullet. Yeah, and your name?
Annika?
Annika.
Are details organized in a way that enhances the author's points?
Very good. Are details organized in a way that enhances the author's points? Organization. So, you guys can see the bold type up top. What do you suppose you'll be practicing today with the text?
SQ3R.
You will be practicing SQ3R, and you will all, because we're doing a few things. We're practicing SQ3R. You guys are showing me that you can engage in discussion by raising your hand, right, waiting your turn to speak, listening to people who are speaking. You guys are doing awesome on those two, right? But there's a third thing too, and I know that it's like, oh, third thing. Well, you guys are in 8th grade, and we know that you guys you're up to the challenge. So what's the third thing we'll be doing that we haven't just said?
Evaluating a text.
Right, and evaluating what about the text in particular?
Treatment, scope, and organization of the ideas.
Excellent, Nautica. Thank you. Okay, guys, so before we move on to the actual reading of the text, okay, we have a little bit of a demonstration. So, Ms. Clark, what two people should we have to be our models today?
Maybe you should choose the
Wait, can the helper choose?
those people who you thought raise their hand quite a lot to help you?
Yeah, sure, we'll do it by contribution, okay? So let's see, who's made some important contributions? Let's have PJ and Alexa. You guys,
And
I'll tell you what you need to do, okay?
And
So,
why don't you guys stand there and then
stand up here. So guys, come up, and this part, you can pass me the lights that are right behind you. Okay? PJ, come on up, stand next to Alexa. Now, you guys. You guys have both already caught candy because I called on you. So go ahead, do your hands. Go ahead, do your hands.
Ooh, let's see that dirty hand. I've been trusting in her books.
Hey, this is all food.
Ooh, I love those things.
Oh, God, what's gonna happen? Oh, you already.
Pressing the thing so
PJ, go ahead, I'll take that for you. Go ahead and open that up and I'll take the wrapper for you. Just open it up and then hold it up.
It's literally just mincemeat and then and the rest is just
be careful. Wow, half of it is like not even there. That's always in the
Don't
chip.
get a golden ticket, just
It's
tell
like
them.
half of it is
And
nothing.
be careful. Be very careful.
He
Yeah,
has
go
dirty
ahead.
hands.
Yes, like, hold it like that. Now give the wrapping and stuff to Alexa. Alexa, can you get rid of that stuff?
Hey, it's PJ, you should probably.
Just get rid of all the garbage over there. And then you're gonna need to come right back. Rest of you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, why do I have this piece of candy out? Well, I chose this piece of candy.
PJ, stand a little bit over to your left, just a little. Okay, and stop. To your right. I'm sorry.
So, let's go ahead, let's just make sure everyone can see it, PJ, and go ahead and wiggle it a little bit so that we can see that. Move your hands, wiggle it. Yeah, so.
He's like moving himself.
That's not wiggling.
So does it look very sturdy?
No.
Does it look very strong?
No.
Now guys, so here's why I have this out. This is why I chose this particular kind of candy. This is a part of your body. This is a very important part of your body. This is
A vertebrae.
There goes a nerd.
I heard someone say vertebrae.
Intestine.
So that's very close. Now, is your vertebrae, what is your vertebrae anyway? Your spine, thank you, one. Your spine. Guys, let's keep the crosstalk to a minimum here. Let's keep the crosstalk to a minimum. So, what does your spine do?
Moves.
It helps you walk and helps you move your neck too.
Absolutely.
And it helps you live.
Kill you.
It helps you move, period, right?
Yeah.
So, now here's the question. Is your spine one big bone?
No.
Oh, it's,
It's seven
what's it
bones.
made of?
Tiny little.
Someone already said the name of the types of bones that your spine is made up of. It's vertebrae, yes. It's made up of a series of bones, right? It's like a chain. Now what is the vertebrae protecting?
Your body,
Your
Spinal cord.
Your very close body with nerves that you're very, very close to it. Nervous system. It's like it's like the street that sends messages, or like a wire that sends messages through your nervous system. It's a very important, big part of your nervous system. It is inside of your spine. It is called your spinal cord. Very good. So now, here's what I need you guys to do. I will need you to hold it like in front of your chest, just like that. Just like that. Alexa, you will be, once I tell you to do something with the rope, please do it. So guys, PJ has had, let's say a motorcycle accident. PJ has severed his spinal cord near the base of his spinal cord, right around the tailbone area. So Alexa, go ahead and take off like the last inch of that spinal cord, and I'll give you a napkin.
And give it to me.
So go ahead.
Let's eat a spinal cord.
All right, so So PJ is kind of in bad shape. PJ can no longer do certain things. Well, in some cases, you would be right. Someone said walk.
Yeah.
In some cases, you'd be right. In some cases, it wouldn't be that severe. He might lose the finer control. He might need a cane to walk. He may need to, he won't be able to do it as well as he used to do. What else might he not do as well as he used to be able to do? Yeah, walk. Yes. Play soccer, right? Stand. Okay, dance.
Play foosball.
He might not move job at all. As well as he should.
Anything else?
His brain might have like, I don't know.
Organs coming out.
Well, the damage is to the spine, so let's
He
stick with.
can't feel some of the nerves.
He lost his feeling. He's lost his feeling. Now, we're not there yet. We will get there in time. Guys, what about, it's a part of everyday life. It's walking, yeah.
Talking.
But what if, like, oh man, I had all of those sodas, and now the teacher won't let me walk to the place where I need to get to. Bathroom. So if you have an injury in this part of the spinal cord, you know how I said you lose finer control over extremities like your feet and like ability to walk. Well, another thing you can't do as well as you used to do is go to the bathroom. Okay, now let's say that PJ, instead of a motorcycle accident, he has
A T-Rex bit.
Sure, he's in a Hummer crash. He's driving around in his friend's Hummer and it crashes, and PJ severs his spinal cord in the mid-chest. So go ahead and go up and take the spinal cord and keep it in the phoenix.
Oh my God.
So basically, you lost your legs, now you just lost everything above your legs.
Well, at this point, guys, at this point, the mid-chest is right about here, right? So if losing the bottom portion,
Stop, guys.
guys, losing the bottom portion means that you don't walk so good anymore, or you don't walk at all, and that you don't do other things so good anymore. What do you lose? What does PJ lose now that he's lost the spine? He severed the spinal cord in the mid-chest.
Eating.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Paralyzed, right? What do you call when someone has been lost the use of their legs?
Wheelchair.
I hear one word, but another word.
That's not the right word.
The official word for it
Handicap.
is paraplegic, right? Paraplegia is the name of the condition. A paraplegic is someone who has that condition. You have no more feeling or control or sensation in your legs. So what's out?
Your legs.
Right, your legs. So what does that mean? What can you not do now that you've lost the use of your legs? Walking is out for sure. What else is out for sure? PJ.
Ooh, no more football.
Let's.
You don't know that.
In some cases, yeah, but let's. Okay. Let's keep it with the effects of paraplegia.
I think your digestive system works in itself, by itself, without the spinal. I don't think it necessarily needs those.
Well, your spinal cord can poke it
Can
and stab
no
through
more
it,
height.
Yeah, you just need to go to the hospital.
Thank you for raising your hand.
Let's just pause this for a minute.